Rewind the tape.
Happy anniversary! That's right. Your favorite podcast, Wait, Rewind the Tape, is 1 year old.
Woo!
That's 1 year ago since we started watching porn together. And while the podcast isn't quite the same as it started, we're still here. We're still doing it. This is probably the biggest thing that I've committed to in, I don't know.
For free, absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, go us for keeping on doing this for our 3 listeners.
Shout out to you guys. This is all for you.
I was watching, rewatching clips of Miss Big Tits. Let me rephrase that. I was not watching clips of Miss Big Tits the porno. I was watching, fantastic film, watching clips of us watching it, and we are missing out a lot in the visuals now of the reactions. We don't really get that so much. It was funny to watch back at how, like, especially because that was the first one, we were like kind of a bit squeamish.
We were.
When that first dick showed up on screen, the way we wriggled and screamed and like was so shocked and shy. What did we think we were going to see? We were watching porn.
I know, but it's just funny watching our reactions because they're so extreme. Like every little thing is like come on. But also amazing.
Great TV.
Great TV.
I remember it reminded me of how much I touch my fucking feet.
I think it's cute. I think it's like a self-comforting thing.
Yeah, it's a self-soothing kind of.
Yeah.
Just even now I've got to
you have
something.
to.
Yeah.
I like to chew things. And I was eating in the first episode, which is wild. Yeah. That is crazy. Even as I was eating, I was like, why am I eating? Especially what I was eating.
Crunch. The crunch was like crackers.
And I hate listening to other people eat. So it's just like, but I do put things in my mouth. Like I'm the person who chews pens and stuff. Hey!
Yeah. This is like us watching porn again.
I wonder if that's related. No, I don't do that anymore. I told you I'm not doing that anymore. Never doing it again. Never say never. That feels ridiculous.
Not for now. It feels like that chapter has closed and maybe reopened, but who knows? But I think that there's definitely some, we've said it before and now I'm saying it again. There's definitely some OnlyFans content in there with the feet and then the putting stuff like.
Yeah, we definitely started.
Innocuous things in your mouth,
Yeah, we started on the wrong platform.
We did, yeah. Instagram's not it for us.
Neither is YouTube. We need to get to where we should be on like Twitch.
Yeah. We just don't know how to.
I don't know how to do it. How hard can it be?
Energy. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, so yeah, I was reminiscing about Miss Big Tits and what brought us together to do this in the first place. And I feel like I am looking forward to the time where we maybe not go back to watching porn again together, but like a bonus porn episode. I just think it was so much fun. I feel
like we should always do one for like Christmas and New Year's or something.
Yeah, the bonus episodes are the porno ones.
Yeah, because like watching that made me realize like this looks so fun, and I also just thought it was funny like we're the way we were just comfortable to do it like straight off the bat. Yeah, let's just do it.
Yeah, what does that say about us?
It means that we're very sex positive and open and
positive girls.
Well,
cool. As I once said.
Oh my god, I've come a long way from being told off in the airport by this girl for saying balls sucks balls.
Sorry,
I said when I was 19 I went on holiday with like the local it girls, and no shade, some of them are sweet. I mean shade, but some of them are really sweet, and some of them I've known since I was 11, so I should relax. And I said something about sucking balls, like really innocently.
Like this sucks balls, like it's annoying, or I'd like to suck some balls.
No, it's like something like I don't know, I said something. It was definitely in a sexual way, but it wasn't about me. But it was just like a generalized. I think I said something like it's not like you were sucking balls. I don't know what the hell I was saying. Something ridiculous. But I didn't realize that you shouldn't. That's when I realized like sucking balls is like a really taboo. I'd never had that reaction. That's the thing. I'd never had that reaction. She was so embarrassed. She was mortified. And she was so embarrassed that I'd said that in public because there was a person behind us.
In an airport. Which airport?
It was Birmingham Airport. All sorts. No, nothing happens there. Literally nothing happens there.
Anyway, that's enough about Miss Big Tits. But do go re-listen to that episode because it's actually really funny. Some say we've peaked.
We definitely peaked at the first episode, which is crazy.
How could you not when you watch a show called Miss Big Tits with high production value?
Yeah.
And the one and only Candy Samples. Legend. We were only ever going to go downhill. Anyway.
And we did quick.
How have you been, Ruth? Before we get into the meat of this podcast, how have you
been? Guess what I'm going to complain about?
The police.
No, get thee behind me, Satan. Although,
yeah.
What was his name? The police officer who went to prison for life?
Wayne Couzens.
Oh, that. I don't even know what to say because I'm not a believer in the police. Like, yeah. I get the point of having some sort of like a political, a government arm that is not necessarily law enforcement, but like some sort of security that's lower level, not like quite MI5 or whatever, and not the army, but not to do what the police do.
I guess for context, if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, the police officer, former quote unquote, but I don't think it makes a fucking difference. He was a police officer when he did it. The police officer who murdered Sarah Everard has been sentenced to whole life in prison for the barbaric crimes he committed, and then all the details of the trial have come out, and obviously
the details were crazy. They the other policeman nicknamed him the rapist.
He previously had been reported for indecent exposure, and the police didn't follow it up. They covered it up. So this was obviously waiting to happen, and it was enabled. And what's like so awful is he under the by using like COVID rules as an excuse, he quote unquote arrested this woman.
Yeah.
He put her in handcuffs, made her think that she had done something wrong and that she needed to be arrested, and then therefore took away any ability that she or severely hindered any ability that she would have to fight back. It's I think the whole country is reeling from these details.
It's not enough in a way. Like he goes to prison, but that does not stop the abuse of power. That's my problem with like prisons. Like people just want people like lock them up and throw away the key. Are you going to lock every single person up and throw away the key, or are you going to like fix the real problems? Yeah. Like the police abuse their power all the
people
time.
Who let this happen.
No,
are you going to hold any of them accountable? No, of course they won't.
He deleted everything on his phone. What? Come again?
Anyway, I don't want to give this terrible person any more.
Yeah, but honestly, like I'm not with it. I'm not with it. The police, something's got to change. Something's got to give. And I don't mean reform. I just mean like a new idea. Because like, people can't have that much power, and the average person just can't. Anywho, it's our motherfucking anniversary, and the police have tried it with me, and they never got close. They never got close. By the grace of God. I'm saying it like I did something. I didn't. I'm scared.
No. Okay, so can I ask you what you're going to complain about then? What is it if it's not the police?
My toe.
Oh my God, the toe. The saga of Ruth's toe continues.
Okay, so I went on my first walk today in ages. Listeners, you might not know this, but I used to go for a walk every day for at least an hour. It was my time in my day where I'd listen to albums and stuff. I listened to almost 2 albums. One album which I hadn't heard yet, that new Baby Keem album. Go listen to it. And music sounds so much better when you're on a walk. Anyway, whatever. My foot is hurting, and I'm just telling myself it's normal. You haven't used your foot like this in a while because you've been putting all your weight on your heel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get home, I point my toe. Please tell me why my toe is like, I don't know what it's just not, it's doing something the other foot doesn't do, which kind of makes me feel like something in there is fucked still. And it's just like, and it's swelling as I'm walking as well. I'm like, why is it swelling?
This doesn't sound like a regular old broken toe to me.
I think it's just a regular broken toe that just it's like, listen, bitch, I'm not going to heal. First of all, you're going to have a broken toe for the rest of your life.
Get used to this.
But the thing is, I know I sound ridiculous, but I need to return to my career as a semi-professional dancer who dances for free on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. This is not a career I was aware of.
I want to learn some choreography. I have ideas.
Yeah, I think that you could do that, but maybe you should, instead of waiting for the toe to heal, you just need to figure a way to work around it.
Yeah.
And dance around it. Like, not everyone
has 2 feet.
Not everybody has fully functioning toes.
But like the kind of dancers that you see who don't have fully functioning toes can usually hold their upper weight on their upper body.
Oh yeah, you need to be doing some upper body work, strength work.
I haven't got any. Have we been through this before? I don't have it.
It's not in me.
It's not in me. So it's going to be very mediocre. So I just don't want anyone expecting like some sort of like, like doing a hands. That would be so good though.
But what are you doing? Is this just like floor work, or do you want to do pole stuff, or what?
Definitely not getting back on that pole. I don't know when I'll next get on that pole, honey. I'm gonna do.
You say that pole. I'm on the other poles, just not that
one. It's like your toilet. Like I know the toilet I use. Like I know the pole. Maybe that's just again my issues that I can only use one toilet. Oh, I have so many things to work through. Don't worry, I've got time. I think I've got another 40 years at least.
Yeah, that's a safe assumption.
Hopefully it'll feel like 20.
So your toes are still fucked?
I don't know. I just need, so I'm going to call the GP on Monday. Obviously I didn't call the GP, ignored it all day and pretended it was fine. But I just need to know, is this normal? Hopefully they'll be like, don't worry, that's normal. You're just getting used to it. It might swell up when you start to put weight on it. And it's nothing to worry about. Or they'll be like,
you need to go to A&E now.
I'm not going back there. I think I'm just going to have to end up paying for the x-ray. And then I was even looking at how much is like Bupa's insurance these days, because I once had a health insurance quote for £30 a month. And I was thinking, that's not that bad. But for what I want, I think it's like £50 a month. And I was like, oh, how weird is it that like the NHS is free and I'm going to have to pay for private health insurance? But then I was just like, I may as well get it for a year and just rinse it. Give me an MRI.
CAT scan now. I want all the blood tests.
I do. What's wrong with me, doc? No, because then they'll be like, you've needed knee surgery since you were 16. I'll be like, I know, I'm ignoring it.
Can I get that in insurance? Is that covered?
That'll be £2,000.
Yeah, your premium goes way up.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I almost don't want to know.
I feel like I should just get some like blood work, you know.
Oh my god.
I haven't had like an MOT ever.
You can get that. You can literally pay.
I know, but
just the MOT. Oh my god. But then I
also just think,
Remember when someone we know's ex-boyfriend was like for their oh no, sorry, I always just imagine I was with you at all times. I'm like, you were there. I've never left the house without you. He was saying that it's just because you know him. He for his birthday, he got like a full MOT. I think, I'm not sure, but I think he got an MRI scan. He got all the blood tests and everything. And I was like, why? Because he seemed like young and healthy. And he was like, I just wanted to know for sure. But he also suffers from anxiety. So I feel like for someone like me, it's a slippery slope. I'll be there every week. Like, do you want to check the back of my eyes again? I'll be like, no. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've got a mole that needs looking at. I probably do, though, to be honest. I don't know. I'm just going to ignore everything.
Have you ever had your moles checked?
No. And I know that I should.
Isn't it? Don't you have to have over a certain amount and then over a certain size if you don't or something?
I don't know.
Because my friend, when we were little, she used to have a moles check, but she had a history of cancer in her family, and she had a certain amount, like a cluster of I feel like it was like 12 moles or some shit.
Yeah, that's a lot. I think I only really have that one.
Nobody's checking for one mole. Sorry.
But I do feel like it has changed shape, and that feels like it's, you know,
yeah, that's when you're supposed to get it.
No, I know, but I'm like, you know what?
Also, if they remove that mole, I will personally write a letter.
Well, I think about that too. I'm gorgeous. Like, what if I didn't have that mole, what my whole face would change?
No, you would look like still be gorgeous. Person. But it would be weird. You'd have to draw it on for a while just to make me feel safe.
I think it would be very, very strange. It'd be one of those things people would be like, sometimes different.
Oh yeah, they would take ages to figure out.
Yeah.
Did you cut your hair?
Because it's something I don't even notice it anymore.
Yeah.
Because well, I do obviously, but not in I never noticed it. It was always just my face.
Has it been there your whole entire life? That is so lucky. It's like better than a beauty spot, and it's in such a good place as well. Sorry.
I guess. Yeah, the eyebrow sort of covers up any hairs that come out when you haven't it's quite good to have it next to your eyebrow rather than just somewhere else and it just starts sprouting. Anyway.
Position.
Thanks.
So basically, no matter what happens to that mole, it's staying. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not. It's just. It is very much a part of who I am. Sorry
about that.
Yeah. Melanoma what? No, that's not. It is serious. If you get your moles checked, guys. I'll get my moles checked. Okay, moving on. Right, so we didn't watch anything this week because we wanted to honor our roots, honor where we came from. And we
Nigeria?
frankly just didn't have the time. Yeah, I don't think that the sex card question game is very rooted in our cultures. I mean, the podcast culture. What I'm trying to say, guys, is we both came up with some questions for each other. This is essentially going to be the prototype, I suppose, of our Wait, Rewind the Tape card game.
Ooh,
I have to say that mine are heavily plagiarized.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, from the one and only oprahdaily.com.
Oh, now you said that, we can't use them in the game. Sorry. You shouldn't have admitted
it. Well, look, we can change a few words. It'll be fine.
I am not going out like you know who. I'll tell you off there.
Okay, should I go first?
Yes. Also, my questions are off the top of my head, so I'm sorry in advance.
I'm sorry that mine weren't off the top of my head. I did have one that was off the top of my head, and then I.
Can we start with that one? Oh, okay, never mind.
No, we can. So the one that I thought of was, if you could go back in time and tell
amazing.
young Ruth just one thing about sex.
How old am I?
Advice, it doesn't have to be anything. It's like, I guess, formative years. So it's before you've had sex.
Oh my God, I would have been so difficult to talk to that little shit. Okay. I would have if it was I would have taught her about because I started masturbating very young, very much in my formative years.
in your pre-formative years. If I may.
As soon as I figured it out, I was like, okay. This feels nice. I would just basically, because I had a lot of issues around that, I would have sat myself down and taught, I would have explained that I know it sounds so dumb. I would have to figure out how to say this, but sexual urges are natural. I wouldn't have said that because I would have been too young to understand
you
that.
would have scarred your younger self for life with
basically
the way that you would take. Look, okay, so the thing I'm trying to say is that it's okay if it feels nice down there. Let me rephrase that.
That's the thing. I think almost younger me didn't need to know. I would have just basically told her to always feel comfortable in herself and in her body. And I would have explained that you're an innocent baby, so anything you do is natural. And I would have taught her from a very young age about consent in a vague as possible a way. And I think that I would have had a much better time.
How about what would you tell like 20-year-old Ruth?
20 is too late. I would, if I could, I'd tell, if I could sit down 16-year-old Ruth just before I start getting with guys and just fully explain consent, I would. And to be honest, I might tell her to stay away from a couple guys. I might drop a few names.
I don't care about changing the course of the space-time continuum. Fuck that shit. I am telling her to stay far away from XYZ.
Yeah, and trauma-free. Who would I have ended up with instead? Imagine I end up
could have been worse though.
In a dungeon, that's my worst nightmare. Someone's basement. But no, I would just explain to feel comfortable in your body and what consent is, not just for me, for my partners as well. It's for everybody involved.
How about what you would say to you, like you've started having sex, you are seeing people,
use a bloody condom, you whore. She wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
She'd be like,
that's really solid advice.
I wouldn't call myself a whore.
I'm on the pill. Or at least be on the pill.
Don't be in the Boots. Do you remember that Boots waiting room?
You don't want it. Yeah, it's not.
Always see someone from school. Not cute.
Yeah, and
it will be the boy you used to fancy, and he'll be like, yeah, this is awkward.
Yeah. And you will be in your school uniform.
Absolutely.
When else are you finding time to go to get the morning after pill without your fucking parents finding out?
Because your mom will put you in a grave, your own. Anybody's actually.
My mum absolutely wouldn't have done, but I was just so like, this is not something that I am going to talk to my parents
It's
about.
the wall of shame.
Exactly, it's a wall of shame.
Even now, I'll ask my mum stuff and she'll be like, not bothered. And even as an adult, I'm like nervous. And I'm like, what? What is this? Yeah. My mum actually, I'm sure I've told you this. She called me after the first time I had penetrative sex, the day after, and she said,
how did she know? What?
My mum is a praying woman. It's terrifying. I hate it. Obviously, I was like, no.
Oh my God.
Anyway, enough about that.
Yeah. My mum, sorry, I'm just trying to find this thing. She's so funny. So Jenny and I went to go and see
Cats.
Harry Potter, not cats. Have seen it though. We went to see Harry Potter at the Royal Albert Hall, and in it, Ron says something about call somebody a tosspot. So we were saying like to our mum in the family chat group, like, what's a tosspot?
You didn't know?
Well, I wanted to see what
the real old school definition is.
Yeah, because I obviously had an idea, but then it's like, and it was like, that's a bit fresh to be saying that on in this.
You wrote a letter of complaint about the language.
So Jenny says, hey, what's a toss pot? And then our mum says, I assume a pot under the bed that you pee in at night. Urban Dictionary, why does my mother know about Urban Dictionary? Says it's a drunkard, someone who tosses drunk back. Old tankards were earthenware. And then Jenny said, we thought it was way ruder. And my mum's response, so some kind of container for a circle jerk.
Oh!
What? Sorry. Where have you... What? How do you know about a circle jerk, mother?
Did your mum go to boarding school?
No, she wouldn't have known this from growing up at school. She was so like innocent and sheltered. She often talks about it, and you know, it's. So now I'm just wondering, well, what?
I don't know.
Oh, like fine, like cool. I'm glad that you. It's funny, but
it's a bit wild.
A container for a circle jerk.
It's just the circle.
It's the circle jerk. Because I was like, oh, it's you know, it's a pot you toss off into. I don't think that's actually what it is. No, I think it's actually somebody that's an idiot. I think it's actually just like an idiot. I don't think in Harry Potter there's like calling somebody a pot of piss.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It did make me laugh.
I heard someone say twat today, an American.
An American, yeah.
In a song.
What?
He said, I'm fucking in her twat. And I howled.
You can't. Firstly, it's twat.
That sounds so vulgar compared to twat. Twat sounds so censored. It sounds like a cute version of twat.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound sexy.
Yeah, but it sounds sexier than I'm fucking in her twat.
Oh, no, of course. Yeah, but twat is not supposed to be sexy, is it?
No way. But I think twat was supposed to be like a shock the way he said it. I don't know. Sometimes I find this C word sexy said correctly. Definitely.
In the States. I think that, well, maybe soon someday twat will just be sexy because we just, like, we fail to be shocked.
Twat.
Come on, there was a time when cunt would have been really like...
I think that's a sexy word. If said correctly, if said by some freaking, I'm not going to say the stereotype, gross.
You know it.
You guys fill in.
Okay, well, that's some solid advice. I have another question, which I thought was quite...
Oh, okay. I thought you answered them as well.
Yeah, well, I think for me, I would go back and say similar things to you, obviously, but probably just also to be like, you really need to push back past the shame of also like masturbating, and you might like, you just need to do it because God, it's going to help you so much in your partnered relationship, and also just, you know, a stress relief or, you know, something fun to do.
I don't know. Like, as someone who's done it my entire life, I'm always like, when people give that advice, I'm like, does it help? I don't know.
Well, you don't know any other way. Imagine if you didn't. As somebody that often finds it difficult to have an orgasm with a partner, I just feel like if I knew, that's why I think it's important. It's more for that, because then the old cliche of you know what you want, you know what you like.
Yeah, it also does. I get, yeah, you're 100% right. I guess what in my experience, what it doesn't help with is actual confidence to say, but you can kind of do a bit.
I think it also would. It's more that it would have helped me realize that is also a goal of having sex with somebody, rather than just like, okay, well, I guess like this is an elusive thing that doesn't really happen that much for women. Okay. So I will like, it's not something that you're striving towards, and you do a lot more people pleasing in the bedroom,
okay, so
because
it's like
you're just
you're
like,
almost
this
thinking
isn't something
this is an
that's
option
like
for me.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas it always is and it always was.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, you don't always come there, but I know what you mean.
Well, yeah, but anyway. Okay, I just want to ask this one question and then we can flip to a question of yours. Okay, so what kind of games gave you the most joy as a child?
This is my favorite question. Okay, British Bulldog is the best game ever. And I can't remember, there's two games that you play on the benches, dodgeball and another one. Is it handball? Where you have to.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
It's not, handball's like a real sport. There's a game.
Red Rover.
I don't think we called it that.
That's the one where you like stand in everybody like links up in a chain and you've got to try and break through.
No, it's like
that was banned in our school.
They banned British Bulldog.
Yeah, they did.
The best game of all time.
Can I just so the reason why I'm asking this, just because I think we can explore some of these things that you're some of these games that you're liking. It says here, citing the ideas of renowned sex educator why am I giving other people credit for this? Okay. Lingen says that kink play is just the adult version of playtime with fun tools and adult privileges. For example, answers such as tag or wrestling might inspire a sexy game of naked boisterous play.
Oh, so yeah, choke me down, babe.
What does British Bulldog say about your...
I like it aggressive and fast. No, I'm joking, sorry. But yeah, I do like tactile movement.
Oh.
But then sometimes I don't, because of my trauma, sometimes it can be unsafe for me. So I'm like, get off me!
I think, if we're assuming that and this is obviously not, this is a very ideal world situation, but we're assuming that in these situations, we're always with somebody that we trust, we feel comfortable with. And
I like a bit of wrestle. Like, I like it when people like not throw me. I think that's too much. I always get scared. I don't scream, but I was like, oh my God.
So you're not one of those like, I just felt like a twig that you can throw about.
The smaller you feel, like I'd make myself heavier if somebody like the lighter you feel, the more you're like out of control. I don't like that, but I do like to be moved around. Like I don't mind a little flip, like push.
Yeah,
I don't ever, because I've had this where someone's like pick me up and then like throw me back onto like in those 2 seconds I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Well, I don't know where the headboard is.
Me neither.
I might get concussed.
And how embarrassing, like an ambulance has to get called. You knocked your head off the wall. But yeah, that's actually, I guess that's true actually. But then
with British Bulldogs, what's like so there's one person in the middle and then everybody runs and they have to try and find the one weak person.
You have to make it to the other side without that person touching you. And honey, let me tell you, not only will I touch you, you are not catching me. So if
knock into the bulldog, but then run over them to get to the other side so that you are still in.
My tactic was to run away and they'll just never catch you. You can just like it's like kind of like, dare I say, rugby and American football. It's not. God, I wish we were allowed to play those games.
It's absolutely not.
But they do in American football. You have to like to score a touch. It's the idea
the tackling and the wrestling and the
you have to get to that line.
Yeah.
Oh my God, did you ever? I love those kind of games. Did you ever play? I don't know what it's called. It's not quite American football. It's the one where you have. Is it flag ball or whatever? Where you have
rugby.
Or
the flags and you have to steal people's flags that
are
their waistbands.
And then you have to. I like any game where you have to like make it across the line without somebody catching you.
And then really high stress situations.
Love high stress games, because especially ones that don't involve catching. I've been hit in the face with the ball too many times, love, and I've also
and a pair of balls. Hey.
And I've also like thrown like in netball. I've done a really bad throw that's like cost a goal. then I'll be like, it's my bad. You really never know with me. I'm either gonna like, it's like when I was the goal attack. I mean, it's either going in or I'm never scoring.
Or yeah, I'm gonna hurt somebody with my miss throw.
Oh, my nose is broken. Oh my god, that was only in hockey where someone almost got some bones broken. But oh well. What games did you like in school? And chess. Sorry, random. Chess club was lit. That's where I like to play.
Oh, I did like, chess and Chinese checkers.
Never played Chinese checkers.
So good.
I don't even think I can play chess anymore.
Oh, I'm terrible at chess. Absolutely awful. That's how I
Sorry, I just know it's going to be funny.
No, do you remember the fencer? That was what we did on the second time we met. I went over to his house and we played strip chess, and I had like in our like preamble, I was really like, no, I'm amazing at chess. I'm really good. Because I just didn't expect him to be a fucking chess star.
Oh, come on. Anyone who wants to play chess is ready.
Yeah, true.
And it means that he plays regularly. Like, I haven't played chess in years.
I bet I just about know not just about, I do know the way that everybody moves.
That's all
I'm not good. I can only think maybe 1 or 2, 3 if I'm feeling very cocky steps ahead. He was thinking like 5 steps ahead for like multiple different moves that I would have made. I never stood a chance.
I also
very, very fun.
Oh, as long as it was fun.
Well, we all hate him, but or at the time, but I you know what, looking back, I have very fond memories. I mean, of certain bits, not of the crushing weight of rejection.
Oh, of the chess. No, I think he was just a serial, what do you call someone who goes, I guess the traditional word is player, but I see player as something positive, and I feel like he hasn't got that.
No. And also, he was a bit racist.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's why he was good at chess.
But was still the most good-looking person that I've ever slept with.
That you remember, be fair.
Yeah, of course. So anyway, he would definitely have been in Slytherin, for sure. Then so would I.
I love that you would have been right there with him. That's how you met.
Exactly. Anyway, what did I like to play? So I think I was quite good at playing on my own.
What would you play on your own?
I had a good imagination to just be able to play on my own quite well. I don't know what I was playing, but say when Jenny and I used to play games, we'd play like, I don't know, we'd pretend we were in a shop or in a library. We like to pretend anything that we could do, like zapping motions, But if we got in trouble and we got separated and she got put in one room and I got put in another, she found it very, very difficult to like do something to engage herself or occupy her time. So she'd always kind of want to be trying to get to play with me. But I would just be like, oh, okay, I guess I'm happy. I will just occupy myself. Cute. Yeah.
She's super extroverted though, I think.
Yeah.
So it would have been like hell for her. Just lock her up on her own. Getting sent to your room is some bullshit. Can we just talk about
Isn't it?
Unless that's where the toys are.
But also, your room's probably the best place in the house to be for you. It's got all your stuff in there. It's got all the things you want.
One time, I'm sure I've said this on the podcast, when my dad came in, he said, clean up your toys, I'm going to throw them away. He said it all the time as a threat. One time, he came in and he threw our toys away. I mean,
forever, or did you get them back?
No, we never got them back. They were gone. I don't actually know if they were thrown away. I think they were given away, but that's worse in my opinion. Don't give my joy to someone else. And the thing is, it wasn't all of the toys, but it doesn't matter. me and my brother, because me and my brother shared a room when we were really little, so we had shitloads of toys. There's no way he's done it. Even if he wanted to, he couldn't be asked. And we're hysterical, like snot everywhere. But I think he took, like, it's the toys that he took. Like when we were little, like we had, like saying, we were super imaginative, but our games had like a continuation. We'd name our toys. Like they would play similar characters when we like build the towns. And we used to like get the books out, those like hardback Disney books that were quite slim. I don't know why we had them. The stories were so
I
boring.
know. Yeah.
And we would use them as houses. And all the families would put them in, and we'd group different people, like Batman was Action Man and Barbie. All the Batmen we had were Action Man and Barbie's children, and they'd live in like the wooden dollhouse when we were a bit older. Like we had a system. We'd build this town. We used to do this thing called Sponsored Drive, where we'd get Josh had so many cars, and his toys were my toys. So we'd line them all up.
But my toys were my toys.
No, I think my toys are his toys. And some of our toys are like, we had this one toy called Baby A. And my sister finds still to this day jokes about it, because Baby A was like a tiny little thing, maybe like 3 centimeters, and just had 2 arms sticking out and a yellow t-shirt that said A. But that was like one of our favorite toys. And we called it Baby A. And that would always be the main baby in the storyline. So like we knew our toys.
Baby protagonist.
Yeah.
You had to. We had a lot of stuffed animals. They all had names, elaborate names, backstories.
Yeah, and they had some serious surgical problems for a while too. That was a fun time.
Those toys needed therapy, man.
Constantly in the operating theatre.
And probably always short of a good cycle in the washing machine.
If they don't have like their dress missing or their t-shirt that they came in is gone, there's a weird sticky thing on one of their feet that's just there.
The shoes, good luck if you ever have the shoes from the Barbies. The shoes were the best thing. Putting the shoes on the feet of the Barbie, amazing. Did I look after them? No, I didn't, even though that was the best part of it.
And I would chew the soft ones.
Of course.
They were so tasty.
What are you teething?
I was like 7.
Yeah.
I've just,
Your teeth are falling out though.
You're right, you're teething for so long. Am I teething now? Is that why I still chew things?
Wisdom teeth, I don't know.
Oh God, they never want to fully come out. They just want to torture me for years.
I don't have space for them. There's no room at the inn.
I don't know why they're bothering. It's like they keep coming out like, is there any room yet? No, okay, we'll just stay half
I'm a grown woman. My mouth is not getting any bigger. There will never be any more room in the jaw for you. Fuck off.
Or at least if you grew properly, you could have the power to shift the teeth forward. Not that that would be great.
Well, you can't do...
No, I have one gap. I have a gap that's about... Where's it gone? Maybe I don't. Oh no, it's here. No, it's not big enough. It's too small.
Should we move on to one of your questions?
Yes.
Your off the top of your head questions. I'm scared because I have to answer first.
They're not really that interesting. Okay, this one's all right. Has the podcast helped you in any way? I don't know why I like this.
Yeah, for sure. We've spoken about this before, where I think just saying things out loud, and it's weird because obviously we talk so much. It's not as if this is, I don't know why it's the talking on air that has precipitated this, but we talk about what the kind of things that we do all the time, and the nonsense things that we do, like even before the air. So but somehow actually saying it, maybe it's because of the idea that there are more people that could be listening on the podcast. You're putting it really out there in public. It is that thing of when you name something, I think you take away its power over you, or you chip away a little bit at its power over you. So like in just talking about things like, embarrassing things or things that we or the way that we felt ashamed about things, or just anything really, it makes everything just seem so much less scary to deal with. So for sure it's helped me.
So I'm just laughing because it's
therapy.
Like the meme you sent me that was like, did you send that to me on the page where you were like, it's I could go to therapy or I could start a podcast.
Yeah. And it's true. Therapy is a lot more expensive, so.
Oh, that's so true. You can get some therapy on Bupa if anyone's interested.
I was going to say, you can get some therapy on a podcast. Imagine if therapists were just now like, okay, I'm offering cut price sessions, but like your session will be on my podcast.
Okay.
I think that would be so healing for a lot of people, and it would be potentially great content for a therapist. I've just given you a banging idea.
No, I've seen 2 episodes. One where the two. Treatment. Oh no, not your actual podcast. 2 episodes where a therapist has come on. One was the funniest was the 2 hosts weren't getting along off air, so they brought on a therapist to air out their grievances. I mean, obviously it works because they're still going strong, but like I listened years later, I was like, what is this mess? It's so messy, but I liked it. Obviously I love mess. And then and obviously it actually worked. I'm guessing they went to more sessions off air though. I don't think that was the one that did it. And then
more sessions. What were they? They were friends and podcast partners, or were they
yeah, so they were podcast partners that I don't think they had that strong a friendship before, but their off-air relationship was just going to shit and it was affecting the podcast.
But isn't that amazing how I've just never even thought about the idea that it would actually make sense to have therapy or like a couple therapist come in any relationship you have, not just one with like a romantic or sexual partner or somebody that you're married to or you're actually in a long-term relationship with. Yeah, maybe we should normalize having therapy with friends.
I'm pretty sure one day you're going to sit me down and be like, Ruth, we need to go.
This is, someone's got to
enough.
Enough. Well, now that I know that this is an option, we've already been like, well, we're just friends. We just have to suffer through it. We don't go to therapy.
Your friends are like your longest relationship.
Yeah, they're the people that are actually probably going to stick around more than.
Yeah, and I have some friends where I feel like we'd have been a lot closer if we'd have just gone.
Aired out, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you
go. Shout out to them though. RIP to those friendships. Joking. Love you guys.
Has a podcast helped you in any way?
I feel like it has helped me feel. Don't laugh. It's helped me feel. This is so corny. I find it so difficult to say. Like more accepted, because like one of my anxieties is that everyone hates me.
Yeah.
Secretly.
Yeah.
The point where sometimes if someone, not always, like, I mean, I do have a life, I get on with my life, but sometimes when a friend will message me, I always think the worst. I'm like, oh God, they're texting me to tell me they don't want to speak to me anymore.
Over. Yeah, and you're not even worth a therapy session. Fuck off out of my life. Blocked.
It's literally never happened.
Of course. I know the feeling though.
So like it's helped me to feel like, okay, maybe I'm all right to hang out with.
Yeah.
Because I listen back and I'm like, oh, I'm all right. I'm not as bad as I remember. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That is true. I think it's helped me, I guess, be more open with people out, not just you, because they're listening to it anyway. So it's just kind of like, now there are things that and maybe there are things I shouldn't just talk to you about certain things. Not that obviously you're my first port of call always, but it's more like the things that I talk about, I would have spoken to you about because again, maybe I had some shame attached to them, and I know that I'm not going to be judged by you.
Yeah.
Or I'm just too I don't know. It's
no, I get what you mean.
Because also I feel like it means that there's so much that I don't have to say to people. Because they can just listen to the podcast and I don't have to explain anything. I'm like, you can get a fucking insight.
That's not how that works. Every time you meet someone, you send them key moments.
Oh,
you're like, okay.
No, I don't mean new.
I'm joking.
I'm joking. Like, yeah. Oh God, could you imagine?
Listen
like,
to minute 6. Yeah.
This is going on a date with me. Yeah, you need to.
But I feel like that's what dating apps will be soon. It will be like loads, like kind of like Hinge, but oh my God, maybe I should fill out here.
1 if you want to hear something. I don't know. Listen to episode 5 for what will be like when we've been dating for a few weeks and I'm feeling needy and insecure.
Oh my God. I got ghosted. I think for the first time.
Ever?
It made me realize I don't think
you've never been ghosted?
No, because the people I've been treated very poorly and given crazy reasons. But the only people who've ever ghosted me, like one person tried to ghost me, he came crawling back. But he didn't come crawling back, he just came back. So it's just like I was
on 2 feet.
Yeah, they're very much on 2 feet. And we've known each other. We knew each other. Well, I still know him now, and we're not getting with each other, but we knew each other for so long afterwards. I forgot that I'll never forget that happened, but it doesn't feel like that was a real ghosting experience. This was like somebody has like, I'll explain off air, but there's no way that we can ever contact each other again. And it's just like, honestly, like, when I realized, I burst into tears, not because I like them, but because I was like, oh,
you don't like me? Yeah.
No, it was humiliating. I felt humiliated.
Of course,
but,
and I got over it. I say it's almost worse if you don't like them. Probably not if you like them, then you're like, oh, what? But I think when you don't like somebody, you're like, wait a second, you could have just had, what was it that made you think I couldn't take this? Or
I couldn't,
you didn't have just tell me. Yeah.
I mean, lots of people have just sent me a quick message. Listen, blah, 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 blah. People have sent me messages that have peed me off. Like the guy who I tried to end it with refused, said I was terrible for trying to end it over WhatsApp, and then ended it over WhatsApp a few weeks later. That guy peed me off. I was like, and the thing is, when I ended it, I didn't say I don't like you. I was like, you don't seem that into it. So I think we should just. And he was like, no,
let's a perfect chance for you to
let's leave it. No, let's meet up. Let's do this. Then you send me a message while I'm at work with this. It was a long message full of shit. He could have just let me go. What has changed? Nothing.
He wanted to be the one that let you go rather than the other way around.
But to me, that's insane.
Yeah, like if somebody's giving you an out, take that.
Yes, it's not like.
You don't have to be the bad person. You could be like, oh, you know what, actually, yeah.
And why would you want to be the bad person? Why would you get off on that? Because your ego doesn't take a hit if someone says to you, you don't seem that into me. You can be like, oh, that's your perfect opportunity to send a message that we're going to send me anyway.
Yeah, well.
Oh, that shit pissed me off. Anyway, I could have also stood my ground and just said, no, it's over.
But you're like, okay.
I'm like, fine, convince me.
Yeah, because it's flattering. Of course,
it's not even that. It makes me think, oh, I've read this wrong. I'm sorry. Like, it makes me think, oh my God, I'm crazy. I'm doing it again.
Oh God, I think you've never read it wrong.
I've never read that shit wrong. But also, you shouldn't have to read. People should tell.
Just be plain with me.
Yeah, and I'm the kind of person, if you try and ignore me, I'll message you being like, are you ignoring me? Like, tell me.
And send a voice note.
Maybe I'll call you. But you should just be direct to people. No. I'll only call you 50 times if you say if you're gonna give me money for something you don't. You know who you are. You still owe me 150. No, I'm joking.
On this note of communication, I have another question.
Okay.
What do you like more, sending dirty text or dirty talk in person?
I mean, in person is the hottest thing, but it takes me ages to get that comfortable.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, these guys aren't, or gals aren't sticking around that long.
This isn't, in this instance, this isn't somebody that, you know, we feel super confident and happy and secure with. This is just like your regular.
No, in person. It's just hot. And I like being spoken to, like, I'm not going to say, but there's a certain way I like being spoken to. Ask me if you want to try. Don't, I'm joking. Please don't ever talk to me. Yeah. What about you?
I think text messages, but that's really only because it's easier than, you know, in person. Not to say that like in person dirty talk isn't super hot. It's just if I'm thinking about things like realistically. I mean, not realistic in you know, fantasy world, both.
I guess because I know I've exaggerated a lot by text. Texts don't always move me. I'm like, fucking lying.
You are lying. You ain't gonna do any of this stuff.
Not even that. There was some time I was just like, I was bored, so I wanted someone to come pick me up. So I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to see you again. I could have never seen that guy again. I wouldn't have given a heck. I just wanted something to do. Anyway.
Yeah, but so that's what you're saying doesn't have to necessarily be true.
No, that's
true in the moment. But then that could be the same when you're with somebody. In the moment, you're saying all this stuff, but you're like, I don't know.
Oh no, but it's, for me, it enhances what we're doing.
Right.
Whereas by text, I'm just like, if you don't do what I want right now.
I'm messaging the next person. I fired that message out to several people. Have you ever done that? Have you ever sent the same, or words the same kind of context, just cast a fishing net and see what comes back?
You know I have.
But what's like the maximum?
3.
Okay, that's not that many.
How many do you think I have?
I don't know.
My rotation.
It could also be like dating apps as well. People you've never met. Sometimes people are just like, I'm just going to shoot out as many, hey, what you doings, as possible and see what comes back.
I don't think I've ever really committed to that. No, I'm more of a like people I know. I'm a repeat offender. Yeah. But I also really I used to love visuals, and like I prefer videos now. I'm more comfortable. I can save stuff.
Video calls or sending?
No, making it like a long video and sending it. I was born to be a cam girl. Honestly, I'm so good at it. I am phenomenal. It's my real talent.
Yeah, you should do that, and I'll just play with my feet awkwardly. Not necessarily in the same video. That might be.
Just imagine our podcast just turns into my audition for a cam girl video, and you in the back
touching my feet, like reacting to you, like
in your foot in the air.
If this is the kind of content you want, guys, let us know.
Honestly, we will.
We're not saying we'll do it, but we're not saying we won't.
We will serve the OnlyFans tonight. Oh, I need some cash.
Yeah. Okay.
My next question is, they're so terrible. What are your views on long-term monogamy?
Nice if you can get it.
Nice if you can get it.
Yeah. I think that it's just got conflicting views, because I know people that obviously have great long-term monogamous relationships, but then my own example of that with, parentally, is that it just doesn't fucking work.
It's a hot mess, honey.
Or like, what is long term? I think if you're with somebody for like 10 years, you're doing good.
No, I no longer praise people for the length of time they're together.
Not, I mean, yeah, doing good. Or like that's, but more so, what I mean is more like, don't feel like you need to be with somebody because you've been with them for so long.
You're like 10 years and I'm out.
Fucking 7-year itch.
Listen, I've done my shift. I think give me my award. I'm gone.
Well, because you know that the worst thing, like, imagine, like, my parents stayed together for way too long, and for what purpose? It wasn't helping anybody. So, and I don't have any personal experience of long-term monogamy myself, so I don't really have like a view on it. I think that sometimes I think I would really like it, but then honestly, sometimes I think I just don't know how that would actually fit in with the life that I have. I'm so set in my, not that I wouldn't change, but I have the life that I have, and I have the things that I find it weird to think about somebody like moving in with me.
But the good thing about it, that kind of thing, is it would happen at a slow enough pace that it wouldn't just, well, sometimes it just happens, doesn't it?
I don't know. I feel like I'm crazy and things just happen. I go at things at an insane pace, and that's why they fizzle out really quickly, because I just go through everything, all the emotions in like a night.
I think it's part of the fun, but I'm not a healthy person.
I'm not dead against it. I'm not like dead for it. That's not the right word. I just think, I'm not saying it's always going to fail. I think, sometimes it's going to work, but I also guess that takes a lot of work and commitment on everybody's parts. So and if you want to do that, and if you're happy to do that, great. And if you find that you don't really want to do that because it doesn't make you happy, then you just like have to question why you're in a a long-term monogamous or any, it's not even a long-term relationship. If you're in any kind of situation and it's just not really making you that happy, you should question why you're doing it.
Facts.
So it that's for everything.
Yeah. The answer is always the money or the kids. But your kids don't like it.
Yeah. And, you know.
But yeah, cash out.
Cash over kids.
That's a joke, by the way. You should leave. I don't want one person to be sitting there like, I'm going to... Our one listener in Kansas is in a toxic relationship.
Leave.
I love you, Kansas.
Owe it to yourself. Yeah, Kansas. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
You light up our map hotspot. Red hot, light up our lives.
Yeah.
You do. When I look at that map and I see that bright red hotspot, I think someone's listening to us.
Yeah, it is very nice, actually. It's very comforting.
It is. What are your views on long-term monogamy?
It's not built for everyone. I think we need to just reconstruct the idea that think about it more like entering an agreement with someone, and if you anytime you know you can't honor that, you kind of owe it to that person to tell them. Unlike what I was raised to believe, which is you're just in it and you're together, and that's that. Once you're together, you're together. Also,
I think the biblicalness of the way we grew up, and it's
like legally binding in front of God.
Sorry, you got married in front of God, you can't get divorced. That's it. I don't give a shit if you're unhappy.
But that's so silly.
You don't need to follow the church's preachings.
And even if you're not, you might not realize how much you've internalized it, and we'll talk to the listeners. So you might find yourself sticking in things longer than you should when like real resentment has set in, and you're just like, whoa, like I'm still here, like, because you think that's just what it is, that's just life, but it doesn't have to be. And I feel like it's kind of irresponsible to commit to someone blindly. Like people who are in healthy long-term relationships, they have periods of misery, let's be honest, everybody does, but the reason that their relationship survives and lasts and is able to maintain its like happiness is because I think one, there is some real desire to be there. And then they have a good like foundation. They have like good communication, maybe. Like it's not just because they're not surviving, they're genuinely in the relationship. You can't just feel like you just have to be there. That's ridiculous. So my views, and also like we have a lot more people should be more open. Like for me, I would want to be I see myself in a long-term relationship that is monogamous most of the time. If I don't I don't trust anybody coming to me and saying they want a monogamous relationship. I'm just like, now I'm just going to be sitting here waiting for you to cheat on me. I need you to say, I'm going to try, but there might come a time where I want to do something, and I'll be like, okay, now I trust you.
But would you just say, well, let's have some ground rules? Or what do you like in that situation?
Oh no, that's the thing. I would want to be with someone who understands that I can make no promises, because you might text me on a Tuesday night being like, I imagine I'm going to end up with the kind of person who's in a strip club on a Tuesday night, and they're like, I've just met someone, and I might be in a bad mood and be like, don't you dare.
Yeah,
I need them to respect
most of the time. Probably you're like, no,
absolutely not. She is too beautiful.
Yeah, no, sorry.
And also I'm sexist. Like, say if I was with a woman and she was getting with a really beautiful woman, I would trust the woman more than I would a man, which is so problematic. But that's just how I feel. I'm just being real. I shouldn't have said that on air. Moving on. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move. Do you have any other questions?
Okay, my last question is, how has your journey with your big tits reflected your journey with yourself?
I told you that one of your questions is about boobs. It's funny because this is one of the clips that I was looking at.
Like you say what it's like to have big tits.
Yeah, when you make a comment about how, you know, no one just goes around looking at people's big tits, and I'm like, yes, they fucking do.
Every day.
They do.
Because I
do.
Yeah. Not even in a sexual way. If there are boobs there, sometimes I'll just look.
Yeah, if they're there, and if they're out, you're not. It's.
I'm like, okay. Yeah. Not even consciously, I just look. But no, I don't want to be the person who's like,
oh God, don't. She probably feels. She knows.
She's looking at you like, why are you looking at my breast, you fucking bitch?
Right, what was the question? How has my journey with my big tits
reflected your journey? No, get it right. Reflect.
Sorry, yeah.
It's a ridiculous question.
It is but kind of feel like I want to turn the question on its head, or turn it back to the author of the question and ask, what exactly did you mean?
I don't know.
Question mean?
Oh, okay. So you've had a journey with your big tits.
Yeah.
Does that reflect the journey you've had with yourself in any way? Can you see any parallels?
And like a story of acceptance, self-love,
that kind of thing. That could be it. I don't know. The answer could also be it doesn't. Shut up.
It's not something I've given much thought to.
Surprisingly.
It's probably the answer to that.
Okay, fair.
Although I will say that my journey over lockdown with my big tits has definitely made me more like, I can't even be bothered to wear a bra going out of the house now, whereas before that wouldn't have really happened. But now
never wearing it.
No one's wearing a bra at home because we've only been at home. Obviously, if I'm going to like a bar or something, I'm still going to wear one. But now
I wear a crop top.
I wear a crop top with no support.
It will do.
I know before I would have been way more kind of, I guess, self-conscious about being out in the house and them moving around and bouncing around. But now I'm like, I just need to be comfortable. No, let me preface that by saying that I wouldn't wear a t-shirt and no bra unless I had a jacket on.
It's like I have certain cotton t-shirts that you don't have to wear a bra with because the cotton. Then again, I'm very delusional. Sometimes I'll come back and look in the mirror and be like, whoa.
What was I thinking?
Like not the thin cotton ones, but like, you know, there's
that
like
has
really
a bit more
thick...
structure. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And they're the kind of cotton t-shirts I wear because, you know, I like to dress like 50-year-old music teacher on the weekends.
So I guess the answer is over lockdown. My big tit journey in reflecting in my journey with myself has just been that I have become just a lot more slovenly.
I love the answer.
It's just like whatever.
Yeah, I get you.
It is what it is. I don't care anymore. Can I put that back on you, that question?
Well, having tits to me is very new.
So I guess you're very much more at the start of your journey, which is why maybe this is more relevant for you. Whereas for me, it's like, well,
no, it's not.
The two journeys are intertwined. I couldn't have one without the other. Like my journey of my big tits is always going to be the journey of myself.
Oh my God!
It is different. They're separated.
Now that is a deep answer. Now that is a deep answer.
Oh my God!
Where else would you get this caliber of intellectualism?
These fucking sound bites. God, have I just unlocked something in you? Some breakthrough moment in your own learning, listener?
Babe, oh my God, you're so right, because it's like my ass is me. Like having a big ass has always been part of my life. Big boobs are not so much. But I guess I've shown I can still surprise myself. I can still change and evolve. And just because I've gotten to this far and think I know everything, like I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm going to look like, how I'm going to feel, what's in store for me. I say, bring it on. No, I don't. Fuck off. I have had enough.
Bring the cryotherapy. Bring
oh my God.
the fat laser.
My sister sent me this thing. She was like, do you want one? It's like it comes in a silicone thingy, like a... Sorry guys, I'm really bad with shapes now. Which I actually made a note of me saying ultra flesh freaks me out in episode 1. But fleshlight, they should change the name. Anyway.
Ultra fleshlight.
That sounds quite nice. That's what I'm saying. I think I'm a hypocrite. I'm shocked. It's like you pull it out the lid off and it's like a block of ice.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's a permanent thing. So I don't get... It obviously can't be real ice because it would melt. So you put it in the freezer and then you get it out every morning and you use it on your face like a wand.
Yeah. I know.
I've never seen one.
Well, also, you can put any of the balls. Have you seen the...
I know. I just use teaspoons. I thought that's what we were doing.
That is the shoestring version, and it's it's like Taylor's Odds time. You don't need all the stuff.
Yeah, in school, that's what people used to do. And then as I got a bit older and more conscious of hygiene, I was like, this is kind of gross.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I'm washing the teaspoons, but I'm pretty sure if my mother saw me, she'd be like, what? Stop.
What fresh hell is this?
Please stop doing that. I don't want your dead skin cells in my tea. What? And I don't trust your washing. But yeah.
Well, I feel like that's the perfect kind of question to end on.
Yeah.
The journey of our big tits to commemorate our love of Miss Big Tits.
If you think that's not going in the title, you are crazy. I immediately forget.
Don't listen back to this so you don't know what it is. You're like, it doesn't matter if I forget. I can always listen back for posterity.
I won't.
Never do. Yeah, I guess.
Thanks for sticking with us, guys. I don't know why you do it, but more for you.
And here's to another year of wonderfulness.
Big tits.
Yeah, big tits. Self-reflective journeys and awkward questions about sex that we answer shyly and with a lot of fun.
life week.
Oh, Jesus, that's a bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Look, have a good week, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Rewind the time.